a car repair mechanic managed to defraud some of the world's wealthiest investors, including billionaires like Warren Buffett, out of $1 billion. In a country like America, he didn't carry out this deception openly, nor did he vanish with a loan. Instead, he made all this money by selling solar panels. His plan was so sophisticated that even the biggest industrialists got caught in his web. But who was this man, and what exactly did he do to trap investors so successfully? Our story begins with California's 36-year-old Jeff Karpoff, who, along with his wife, started a small business as car mechanics to support their family. Initially, their business was their means of livelihood, but it soon hit a rough patch, making it difficult for them to even feed their children. Jeff had always harbored dreams of becoming wealthy, constantly brainstorming ways to make his fortune, but failure seemed to follow him everywhere. No matter what he tried, nothing worked. His financial situation became dire, pushing him to his limits. To make ends meet, Jeff started selling drugs, but that only provided a temporary solution. The debts continued to pile up, and soon, even paying basic household bills became impossible. Faced with dwindling options, Jeff tried looking for a stable job. Eventually, he landed a position as a solar panel salesman. Day in and day out, he held meetings, pitching solar panels to potential buyers. Over time, he became familiar with the feedback people gave him, and it sparked an idea. Jeff realized there was a potential market for mobile solar panels that could be attached to trucks and trailers, allowing them to be used during the day and then stored securely at night. The idea was a good one, but there was one problem. Jeff didn't have the technical knowledge to execute it. That's when he turned to his brother-in-law, a mechanic, for help. After putting in some hard work, they successfully created the world's first mobile solar generator. It was a simple frame mounted on wheels, with solar panels attached to it. After being used throughout the day, the panels could be locked in place for safety, providing a solution that no other company was offering at the time. Though the market already had portable diesel generators worth $3 billion USD, Jeff saw a unique opportunity to compete by offering clean, quiet solar energy. Even though neither Jeff nor his brother-in-law had a solid grasp of how to refine this technology, their timing was perfect. A customer named Watson, a software engineer, frequented their car repair shop. When Watson heard about Jeff's invention, he was impressed and suggested they form a company. Thus, DC Solar was born. With Watson and his team managing the marketing side of things, DC Solar took off. Initially, they thought of selling directly to consumers, but Jeff had bigger plans. Instead of targeting individuals, he decided to market his mobile solar generators to Hollywood. At the time, film sets relied heavily on noisy diesel generators, which were a hassle to manage. Jeff saw an opportunity here. Mobile solar generators were not only quiet, but also environmentally friendly. This innovation caught the attention of Hollywood studios, and soon, his generators were being used on the sets of major films. In 2009, Jeff's fortunes took a dramatic turn. A well-known actor began endorsing his product, sharing photos of the solar panels at public gatherings. With this momentum, Jeff partnered with the prestigious law firm Nixon Peabody, cementing his place in the market. Around the same time, Congress passed a new law that tripled tax credits for companies investing in solar technology. This meant that businesses could now claim back 30% of their investment, essentially making solar technology an extremely attractive financial prospect. This new tax credit law worked in Jeff's favor. DC Solar came out with an unbeatable offer. Companies could lease solar panels from them by paying just 30% upfront. The remaining amount could be paid in installments. Thanks to the government's tax incentives, companies would get back the 30% they invested, making it seem like they were getting solar panels for free. It was a win-win situation. Companies could cut electricity costs, take advantage of government rebates, and spread the remaining payments over time. This offer was so enticing that no one could refuse it. As a result, DC Solar's network began expanding rapidly. In 2011, Jeff was watching a baseball game when he received a message that Sherwin-Williams, a major paint company, had ordered 190 mobile solar generators. This was Jeff's largest order yet, worth a staggering $29 million. Soon, even major American banks were interested in working with DC Solar, attracted by the promise of tax reductions and job creation. However, behind the scenes, Jeff was building a Ponzi scheme. He and his team prepared fake documents and manipulated data to show investors that the demand for mobile solar generators was skyrocketing. In reality, very few generators were being sold. Instead, money from new investors was being used to pay off old ones. To keep up the illusion, Jeff began shipping generators from one location to another without reason, giving the appearance of constant demand. Investors, seeing these movements, believed the business was thriving and continued pouring money into DC Solar. Even large corporations were deceived. Valley National Bank, for example, ordered $7.6 million worth of solar equipment based on inflated statistics. Jeff also tricked Geico, a branch of Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway, into signing a $1.2 billion deal for 8,000 solar generators. Geico believed it was making a sound investment because it could save 30% in taxes through government incentives. In reality, the money Geico invested was being funneled to pay off earlier investors. As Jeff's wealth and power grew, so did his recklessness. He bought luxury villas, over 100 cars, and even a private jet. DC Solar's logo was displayed on NASCAR vehicles, and the company's name became synonymous with success in the renewable energy sector. But Jeff's empire was built on lies, and it began to crumble. An employee of DC Solar blew the whistle on the company's fraudulent activities, sparking an investigation by the Securities Exchange Commission (SEC) and the Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI). They discovered that Jeff had manufactured 177,000 solar generators on paper only. In reality, many of these generators didn't exist. Fake GPS trackers were used to fool investors into believing the generators were operational when, in fact, they were buried in the ground at various locations. On November 9, 2021, Jeff Karpov was arrested and sentenced to prison for orchestrating one of the largest Ponzi schemes in U.S. history. Along with him, his wife and 5 other associates were also sentenced for their roles in the scheme. Jeff Karpov's story is a cautionary tale of greed, deception, and the consequences of trying to build wealth on lies. His Ponzi scheme may have lasted for years, but eventually, the truth came out. We hope you found this story fascinating. Be sure to like and share this video, and stay tuned for our next deep dive into another incredible story. Thank you for watching.